The WWE had two events this past weekend, NXT Takeover Phoenix and the Royal Rumble last night. As today is Monday, January 28th, 2019, we'll have WWE Monday Night Raw later tonight and SmackDown Live tomorrow, also from Phoenix, Arizona. So this will get uploaded to the Gridiron Ring YouTube channel sometime later tonight, Monday, January 28th. So I'm just going to recap basically what happened and give you my thoughts and opinions on all the matches from NXT Takeover Phoenix and the Royal Rumble 2019 from last night, as Seth frickin' Rollins burned the Royal Rumble down, and he is your men's winner. Becky Lynch, she won the women's Royal Rumble, so they'll get to choose the champion of their choosing for a match at WrestleMania 35, Sunday, April 7th. So, like, follow, and subscribe on social media if you haven't done so already. The link's in the description below. Hit the little thumbs up button. Be sure to share this as well on social media. This upcoming weekend, I'll be live right here on YouTube for live reactions, play-by-play of Super Bowl 53. So be sure to keep an eye out for my Super Bowl 53 predictions sometime this week as well. But I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who tuned in this past weekend and watched my live reactions play-by-play of WWE NXT Takeover Phoenix and then the Royal Rumble last night. Believe me, the support for myself, Cool Hand Luke 96, and Gridiron Ring means a lot. So like, follow, and subscribe to Gridiron Ring and myself, Cool Hand Luke 96, on social media. Links in the description below. I'll get into what happened now. First, with NXT Takeover Phoenix this past weekend. The first match was the NXT Tag Team Championship match. The Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. Bobby Fish did come out after the Undisputed Era during the kickoff show for the event. They were named the Tag Team of the Year in 2018 down in NXT. So he came out. Adam Cole was not seen until after the event. I'll get more into that in a little bit. But Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong defended against the War Raiders, Hanson and Rowe. And then the War Raiders surprisingly won. They have a lot of momentum now moving forward. We'll have to see what Triple H and company want to do with the War Raiders, formerly known as War Machine, and other promotions as the new NXT Tag Team Champion. So the War Raiders, they defeated the Undisputed Era in the opening contest this past Saturday at NXT Takeover Phoenix. Then Matt Riddle and Cassius Ohno had a regular singles match. The Broski, Matt Riddle, defeated Chris Hero in about a 10-minute match. It was a decent match. It really wasn't anything special, though. Don't really want to get into it that much. But then the NXT North American Championship was on the line. Ricochet was defending against Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano. And what a match that was. I mean, this whole event, NXT TakeOver, this whole weekend, these past couple days with the NXT TakeOver Phoenix event and the Royal Rumble last night, the WWE really did put on two very, very good shows, in my opinion at least. I thought they were really, really good. You guys can let me know down in the comments if you guys thought the same or thought otherwise. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this past weekend overall for NXT TakeOver Phoenix and then the Royal Rumble? Or if you just want to do each of them separately, that's totally fine as well. Just let me know down in the comments. So I mean, overall, for NXT TakeOver, I'd probably give it at least a 7, 7.5 out of 10. I mean, I got to go over a couple more matches here. Yeah, I know that, but it was a damn good event. People were talking about it, especially what happened afterwards. And like I said, I'll get to that here in a second. But yeah, War Raiders over the Undisputed Era, Matt Riddle over Cassius Ohno, and then Johnny Wrestling defeated Ricochet in the NXT North American Championship match and became the new NXT North American Champion. So he's the third champion since last, April. They introduced this championship WrestleMania season last year. Yeah, it would have been NXT Takeover New Orleans the night before WrestleMania 34. Yeah, that's what it would have been. Adam Cole was the inaugural champion. By the way, go check out WWE 24 on WrestleMania 34 from that debuted last night after the Rumble on the WWE Network. So that was a good documentary. I watched that after the Rumble last night. I would highly recommend tuning in and watching that if you have the network. If you don't, I would highly recommend getting it. I don't know why you don't have it already, but anyways, I know I'm rambling on here. A lot of thoughts, going through my head right now with WWE, with everything that happened this past weekend with NXT Takeover Phoenix and the Royal Rumble last night. So yeah, Johnny Wrestling over Ricochet. Yeah, Adam Cole was the first champ. Then he lost to Ricochet, and then Ricochet held it until he just lost to Gargano on Saturday. So yeah, Ricochet, he lost his championship to Johnny Wrestling, and then Shayna Baszler, she defeated Bianca Belair, retained her NXT Women's Championship. That was a decent match. I really don't get why people like Bianca Belair, though, to be honest with you, but everybody has their own opinions. I've said that time and time again. And then in the main event of TakeOver, Tommaso Ciampa defended and defeated Alistair Black to retain his NXT Championship. So Ciampa retains, but then the big story was after the event got over, they cut to the closing credits, the screen went black, they started the Page documentary, the WWE Chronicle. That was also good. I watched that on the network last night. So yeah, go check out the WWE Chronicle on Page and the WWE 24 documentary on WrestleMania 34 from last year. Those were on after TakeOver and the Royal Rumble this past weekend. But everybody was talking about what happened, and they posted on WWE social media, WWE.com as well. They had Ciampa. What happened? He defeated Black. He walked up the ramp. He held his championship up. Here comes his former tag team partner from DIY, Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, who had just won the North American Championship earlier in the night, 2 matches before the main event. So everything that I just went over there, that was in order from start to finish. So Ciampa and Gargano are standing right there by the entrance. And then Adam Cole comes out. Okay, Adam Cole comes out. Ricochet comes out. Velveteen Dream, who was ringside for the main event, he's there. And then by that point in time as well, Alistair Black gets up and he's walking up the ramp as well. A brawl ensued. They scuffled there right around the entrance. Then they made their way into the gorilla position. And then here comes Triple H trying to, break it up. Both sides went their own separate ways after that. So really what it was the faces versus the heels. You had Dream, Velveteen Dream, Alistair Black, and Ricochet on one side, and then you had Ciampa, Gargano, and Adam Cole on the other. So that got people talking going into the Royal Rumble event, which was last night, as I said, had 9 matches on the card, going into the event, and they added another one. But during the pre-show, they announced, before any of the matches had started, they announced WWE is coming back with Halftime Heat. They'll have this event this Sunday. Whether it's going to be pre-taped or not, I don't know. I would think so. I think they'll probably be taping it this week when they tape future episodes of NXT. But they announced Halftime Heat is coming back, and it's going to be this Sunday during halftime of Super Bowl 53. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I was talking about it last night because it was breaking news. Technically, it still is. I really can't believe they're bringing it back. It's been, 20-25 years since they had it. So they're going to try to go up and compete versus the NFL, versus the Super Bowl of all games as well. The Rams, Patriots on Sunday. Like I said earlier, I'll be live right here on YouTube doing live reactions, play-by-play. So hope to see everybody then. But Halftime Heat this Sunday during the Super Bowl halftime, they'll have the 6 superstars who were involved in that little bit of a brawl, scuffle there at the end of Takeover Phoenix on Saturday night, you'll have a 6-man tag. You'll have Ciampa, Gargano, and Cole versus Dream, Black, and Ricochet. So that'll be this Sunday during the Super Bowl halftime. WWE is bringing back halftime heat. So we'll have to see how that goes. Should be a good match. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to tune in and watch that because it'll be on the network. It'll be on demand, then I can go back and watch it at any point in time. Plus, you got the Super Bowl on Sunday, so I'll be live on Sunday doing live reactions, play-by-play of that, so hopefully everybody tunes in and watches. But Royal Rumble then on Sunday last night, 3 matches on the kickoff show, the pre-show, whatever the hell you want to call it. Like I said a second ago, there was only 9 matches on the card going into the event, but they added one, and that's what kicked off the entire show, kicked off the pre-show. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. It was just a regular tag team match. The Raw Tag Championships weren't on the line. Just a regular tag match. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable defeated Razar from AOP. Akam is currently injured. He'll be on the shelf for probably at least 6-9 months maybe. Scott Dawson then, he filled in from the Revival. So Dash Wilder wasn't even there. Drake Maverick, the GM of 205 Live and the manager of AOP was, though. He was ringside, though. But so you had Roode and Gable versus Razar and Scott Dawson, a match that I really didn't care about. That's why I'm not really getting that excited talking about it at this point in time. It was about a 5-minute match. But Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, they won. So we'll end it with that. Then Shinsuke Nakamura, he got the United States Championship back. He defeated Rusev. It was a decent match. Lana ended up getting involved, and that's what really cost Rusev the match and his United States Championship. But we all know that every day is Rusev Day, so technically that'll still keep going on. But Nakamura is your new United States Champion once again. It'll be interesting to see who they face him, put him up against, to have him face and then defend his new United States Championship against. I was thinking maybe Samoa Joe, maybe Jeff Hardy, maybe Andrade, Cien Almas. They're just calling him Andrade now. They changed his name up once again. Maybe Rey Mysterio as well. So we'll have to see what they do with the U.S. Championship moving forward, as we are now officially on the road to WrestleMania with the Royal Rumble taking place last night. So also last night at the Rumble, a fatal 4-way for the Cruiserweight Championship. Buddy Murphy defended and defeated Akira Tozawa, Kalisto, and Hideo Itami, who took the pin. A clean pin in about a 10-minute match. It was a very, very good match, I thought. Buddy Murphy, though, retains, and he is still your Cruiserweight champion. So then to kick off the first pay-per-view of 2019, the first match on the card for the first pay-per-view of the year, WWE decided to kick off the year just like they ended 2018, the previous year. I know that was just about a month ago, but technically it's correct. They kicked off the Royal Rumble last night with Asuka and Becky Lynch in the SmackDown Live Women's Championship match. They ended 2018, if you guys can remember, back middle of December, about 10 days before Christmas. Asuka, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte in that first ever TLC Women's Championship match. Asuka won. She was defending last night versus Becky Lynch. She made Becky Lynch tap out. Very surprised about that. But then Becky Lynch ended up going on and winning the Women's Royal Rumble last night. And I said during the stream last night, I know for a fact I said it, that people would be forgetting about her tapping out to Asuka if she would win the Rumble. And then she did win the Rumble. That's all anybody's talking about now. Who's Becky Lynch going to face at WrestleMania? Is she going to face Asuka again? Or is she going to go over to Raw to face Ronda Rousey, who also retained her championship over Sasha Banks? That was the Raw Women's Championship match. Both those matches about 15 minutes apiece. So Asuka over Becky Lynch and then Ronda over Sasha had the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship match in between those. The Bar, Cesaro and Sheamus, defended versus co-besties, The Miz and Shane McMahon. And The Miz and Shane, they won. They defeated the Bar, so they're your new SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. Really don't know how to feel about it. I mean, I did pick the Bar in my predictions last week, but I said I really wouldn't be surprised if Miz and Shane won. Well, they won. It's the comedy effect. They'll keep this going probably right up until Fastlane, maybe a little bit after. And I'm still thinking, with Seth Rollins winning the Rumble, that Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins will face Brock Lesnar. That's going to leave Daniel Bryan with a vacant slot at WrestleMania, a opponent to be named later, as they would say. I'm thinking that's going to be The Miz. I am. I don't know why. I just am. I think by that point in time, this tag team of The Miz and Shane McMahon, co-besties as they're calling them, they'll do away with it. They'll have somebody turn on the other and just move on as they normally would. But Asuka and Becky Lynch, Becky and Charlotte might go over to Raw. We'll have to find out and see. As I said, Raw's later tonight, SmackDown tomorrow. So I don't know what's going to happen on either show. So I'm doing this beforehand, just trying to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on what I think from this past weekend and moving forward towards WrestleMania, as we are now officially on the road to WrestleMania. So Becky and Charlotte probably go to Raw. It'll probably be a triple threat at Mania with the three of them. Whether it's for the championship or not, I don't know. Maybe we just get a regular singles match, Becky and Ronda, and then Charlotte faces Asuka once again at WrestleMania. We'll have to find out and see. But those are your women's matches for the championships. I'll get to the Royal Rumble here in a second. And then, like I said, The Miz and Shane McMahon defeated the Bar, Cesaro and Sheamus, to win the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. That was a good match as well. Then the next match was the second annual 30-woman Royal Rumble match. Last year, they had it as the main event at the Royal Rumble in Philadelphia. This year, the Royal Rumble was in Phoenix, Arizona. NXT Takeover was at the local arena, as is Raw and SmackDown later tonight. But the Rumble last night was at Chase Field, a baseball stadium, home of the MLB's Arizona Diamondbacks, and they announced the attendance about 48,000, I believe. I had said there's probably at least 40, maybe 45,000. I wouldn't have said 48,000, but WWE likes to get people talking every now and then, and they like to throw surprises our way as well. There were a couple, not as many as what I thought there would be. No big surprises, but there were some surprises last night at the Rumble. But the second annual Women's Royal Rumble match, Becky Lynch won. Last year, Ronda Rousey came out after the event got over. Asuka had won the first ever. Then you had Rousey team up with Kurt Angle versus Triple H and Stephanie. And then you had Asuka face Charlotte, putting her streak on the line. And New Orleans is really where streaks come to an end, it seems like, because WrestleMania 30, that's where The Undertaker, his streak, that's where that also came to an end. But Becky Lynch, she won the second annual Women's Royal Rumble last night. Lacey Evans came in at number 1. I'm looking at the list here. Lacey Evans came in at 1, Natalya at 2, Mandy Rose 3. Down the line now from 3 to 30, Liv Morgan, Mickie James, Ember Moon, Billie Kay, Nikki Cross, Peyton Royce, Tamina, Xia Li from NXT, that was a surprise, Sarah Logan, Charlotte, Kairi Sane also from NXT was in the Women's Rumble last night, Maria Kanellis Bennett, she was in the Rumble from 205 Live, Naomi, Candice LeRae, she was as was Casey Catanzaro, who came in a couple spots later, Alicia Fox, Zelina Vega, Ruby Riott, Dana Brooke as well, Io Shirai, Rhea Ripley from NXT UK. She was also in the Women's Rumble last night, as was Sonya Deville, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, and then your winner, who came in at number 28, Becky Lynch, along with Nia Jax, and then Carmella. So those are the 30 women that participated in the Women's Rumble last night. I'll move on now. The next match was the WWE Championship. Daniel Bryan defeated AJ Styles to retain the WWE Championship. So DB, he could face Seth Rollins now at WrestleMania if Rollins chooses to face him. As I said there earlier, both winners of the Rumble matches will get to choose the champion of their choosing for a match at WrestleMania. So Becky Lynch, she could face Rousey, she could face Asuka, and then whatever one they don't decide, whether it be on Raw or SmackDown, they'll have to find another opponent for the champion who doesn't have an opponent at this point in time. So, like I said, though, I think Rollins will be facing Lesnar. They'll get the title off of Lesnar, and Rollins will move forward and become Universal Champion. And then you might get Rollins Balor, Rollins McIntyre, Rollins Strowman. There's a lot of different things that they could do with Becky Lynch and with Seth Rollins as both men, both the mans, I should say, won both Rumble matches last night. So Becky Lynch won, and then DB defeated AJ Styles. We'll have to see what they do with Styles moving forward. Eric Rowan, though, he came back. He got involved in this match. Didn't say a damn word. He just walked out and then stood there ringside, and he didn't help Daniel Bryan win, but he attacked AJ Styles afterwards. So maybe DB is aligning himself with the Wyatt family. We've seen that in the past. Bray Wyatt could be making a return along with Luke Harper. They're calling him Rowan and Harper and Rowan, however you want to say it. But it's Eric Rowan. It has been Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, and then Bray Wyatt. And these guys haven't been seen for quite a while due to injuries, and then they just really didn't have anything going for Bray. So Bray could get involved with Styles. Maybe that's your WrestleMania match. We'll have to find out tomorrow night now on SmackDown. But maybe a 3-on-1 handicap match, Wyatt family versus Styles. Who the hell knows? I was thinking maybe Styles, Shawn Michaels, if they wanted to move forward with that. That'd be a dream match at WrestleMania. I think a lot of people would like that. But right now it's looking at least AJ Styles versus Eric Rowan, maybe against Luke Harper, maybe against Bray Wyatt, as I said, maybe against all three of them. Who the hell knows? We'll have to find out and see as we move closer and closer to Elimination Chamber 3 weeks from last night, and then Fastlane March 10th, and then WWE WrestleMania Sunday, April 7th. So I'll be live right here on YouTube for all of those events, including WWE NXT Takeover Brooklyn or NXT Takeover New York, whatever they decide to call it. That'll be 2 nights before WrestleMania. They'll have the Hall of Fame ceremony once again on Saturday night. But Daniel Bryan defeated Styles, and then Brock Lesnar made Finn Balor tap out to retain his Universal Championship. A decent match, to be honest with you. I think a lot of people were thinking it was going to be a squash match, but it was a damn good match. Go back and watch it if you have the network, or if you haven't seen it, I'm sure it's on YouTube here. It was a damn good match, but Brock Lesnar made Finn Balor, Fergal Devitt, as I call him, from his New Japan days, and when he was growing up there over in Ireland. Brock Lesnar made Balor tap out. So Lesnar is still your Universal Champion. And then in the main event of the Rumble last night, as I will conclude this Thoughts and Opinions recap video of Royal Rumble weekend here in a second, Seth frickin' Rollins, as I said, won his first ever Rumble last night, won the 2019 Men's Royal Rumble. He was the last one standing. He entered at number 10, was in the match about 45-50 minutes. He eliminated Braun Strowman to win. They did a little bit of an angle there when Bobby Lashley came out. I don't think it was planned as quick as it went, but Lashley, he made sure Rollins wasn't eliminated, but they did damage to him. They beat him up ringside. They put him through an announce table, and then after that, Rollins got back in the match after mostly everybody was already eliminated. So, as I said, Seth Rollins, the Architect, the Man, the Kingslayer, he's got so many damn nicknames, whatever the hell you want to call him. He won the 2019 Royal Rumble last night. I'll go over the competitors now that were in the match. Elias came in at 1, Jeff Jarrett, J-E, double F, J-A, double R-E, Double T was number 2, so you had a segment there with a couple artists, if you will. So Elias from Raw, he was 1. Jeff Jarrett was 2, and reportedly as well, Jarrett has signed on with the company, and he will be a backstage producer, and he might be on TV as well. Might be on screen for some things here in the near future, so we'll have to keep an eye out for good old Double J. So Jeff Jarrett and Elias kicked things off. Elias ended up eliminating him, and then Shinsuke Nakamura came in at number 3 after he got his United States Championship back earlier in the night on the pre-show versus Rusev. So Nakamura at 3, and then Kurt Angle at 4. Kurt Angle from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Olympic gold medalist. He won that Olympic gold medal with a broken frickin' neck, if you did not know. So Angle at 4, Big E from the New Day at 5, and then our first surprise, Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano from NXT. He debuted in the Rumble last night, but he'll still be down in NXT. He just won the NXT North American Championship on Saturday, as I said earlier. So Gargano was in the match, though, last night. He came in at 6. Then the modern-day Maharaja Jinder Mahal was 7. Samoa Joe, 8. Kurt Hawkins was 9. Seth Rollins, who ended up winning, as I said, came in at number 10. Titus O'Neil was 11, and they did a little bit of a comedy bit there with him. Go back to the Greatest Royal Rumble last April when that took place over in Saudi Arabia. He ran down the ramp and ended up tripping and going underneath the ring, and it was a meme. I don't know if you've seen it. If you haven't, I highly suggest watching it. Just go up to the search bar above and type in Titus O'Neil. I'm sure it'll pop up. So he came in at 11. He ended up getting eliminated shortly after by Kurt Hawkins, so he wasn't in the match just a couple minutes. Ended up getting eliminated. Then Kofi Kingston, also from the New Day, came in. Mustafa Ali, 13. Ambrose, Dean Ambrose, John Moxley was 14. No way. Jose was 15. McIntyre, Drew McIntyre, the Chosen One, was 16. He lasted a while. Xavier Woods, also from the New Day, was 17. Pete Dunne then was 18 from NXT UK. So a couple NXT UK superstars in the men's and women's Royal Rumble matches last night at the Rumble. Andrade, as they're calling him now, Andrade Cien Almas, was 19. He lasted until the end. I believe he was one of the last 4. Apollo Crews was 20. Alistair Black, 21. Shelton Benjamin, the gold standard, was 22. Then the former GM of Monday Night Raw, Baron Corbin, the Lone Wolf, was number 23. Then 2 guys from SmackDown. Jeff Hardy was 24. Rey Mysterio, 25. Then Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman, and Dolph Ziggler, who said he wasn't going to be in the match, but he fooled everybody, including myself. Should have known better. He came in at number 28. So Lashley, Strowman, and Ziggler from Raw. Then Randy Orton. And then number 30 was actually supposed to be R-Truth. I said there earlier, and I've said before, Carmella and R-Truth, since they won the Mixed Match Challenge, they were awarded to enter the Rumble match at number 30. Well, Carmella did in the Women's Rumble, but then R-Truth came out, but then here comes Nia Jax up out of the dugout. That's where the entrance was last night, if you did not know. It was a cool setup for the Royal Rumble last night. As I said, it was in a baseball stadium for the first time ever. So Nia Jax came up and then ended up beating up R-Truth, and she entered herself in the match. And then she lasted a couple minutes, ended up getting super kicked by Dolph Ziggler, 619 by 619, not the other, by Rey Mysterio, and then RKO'd by Randall Keith Orton, the Viper himself, Randy Orton. And then she was eliminated by all 3 men. And then, as I said though, Seth frickin' Rollins ended up lasting until the end. He defeated everybody in this Royal Rumble match last night, and Seth frickin' Rollins, he won the 2019 Men's Royal Rumble, so I can't really say any more. He'll, along with Becky Lynch, they'll get to choose the champion of their choosing for WrestleMania, whether it be Brock Lesnar or Daniel Bryan for Rollins, and whether it be Asuka or Ronda Rousey for Becky Lynch come Mania time. Who knows? The titles could change hands, but I highly doubt it. But we'll have to find out and see. But yeah, those are my thoughts and opinions and whatnot. Just a quick review there. I know, half hour here, but just a review on the events this past weekend. As I said, we got Raw tonight and then SmackDown tomorrow night, so we'll probably get a better view, a clearer picture on what they'll be doing moving forward with some superstars, here tonight on Raw and then tomorrow on SmackDown. So thanks for watching, guys. Like, follow, and subscribe on social media. The links in the description below if you enjoyed this review, this recap of the NXT Takeover Phoenix and Royal Rumble events from this past weekend, along with some thoughts and opinions from myself. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button. Share this as well. Hope to see everybody this weekend for Super Bowl 53 this upcoming Sunday. As I said earlier, also be sure to keep an eye out for my Super Bowl 53 predictions between the LA Rams and New England Patriots. So hope to see everybody on Sunday, and then I'll be on YouTube for the Elimination Chamber and Fastlane on Sunday, February 17th and Sunday, March 10th. So hope to see everybody then as well. Once again, guys, thanks for listening. Always greatly appreciated. Like, follow, and subscribe. Links in the description below. I'll see everybody soon.